Okay, this is nope, 17th. I was going to say 16th, but I remembered it's the 17th. Or maybe it's the 17th, I actually don't know. I'm going to look again. I'm going to look. I don't know why I keep forgetting what episode it is. I'm like 90% sure it's the 17th. Let's see. It is. I was correct. It's the 17th episode of the Running My Mouth podcast. I am your finally recording an episode at the correct time host, Aaron, and allow me to run my mouth a little bit. And yeah, I actually waited for the sun to go down to record an episode of this podcast. Everyone, please clap. I did so well. Anyways, it is currently not January. It is December 31st, 2023. As I am recording this, this should come out in a couple days in 2024. I know last episode I was like, ooh, I'll see you guys next year, when technically, I won't, but I will at the same time. I mean, like, as far as it's next year, but it isn't at the same time. Anyways, you're seeing this in 2024. And if you if you are seeing this in 2024, how's the year going so far? How are things? Is 2024 great? I certainly don't know, because I'm not there yet. But it is New Year's Eve, and I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to my mom earlier today, and she was like, "Ooh, if you have any New Year's Eve plans, be sure to stay out of the way of bullets," which is a wacky thing to say. But I've never been like a staying up real late on New Year's Eve type of person. Like, that's never been my vibe, because I've just never been the one to want to stay up very late, especially until like midnight. So every single year I'm in bed asleep in dreamland once the clock strikes 12. Like, I'm not trying to stay up that late, Like, I'll see the new year tomorrow when I wake up at a normal time, So, and I did tell myself, like, okay, if I'm like invited to something, then yeah, maybe I'll go. But I haven't been invited to anything, so I'm just here. I'm just here chilling at the Heezy, doing a whole lot of nothing. So, very typical New Year's for me. Now, another, I guess, New Year tradition. I will say this. This is something that I don't want to say I've never liked it, because, like, I like it in principle. It's just that the things associated with it I don't like. But, if you are Black, you'll know that. Actually, no, I don't know if this is like a nationwide thing. It probably isn't. It's probably just like a Southern United States thing. I don't know if people are doing this like up north or whatever. But, eating the collard greens and what else? Black-eyed peas, and there's a third thing. I can't remember what it is. I think cornbread is part of it too. And there might be like another thing. I don't know. But, pork, I guess. You're supposed to eat all those things on New Year's Eve so you can start the year. Let's see. I think the greens represent money. I thought black-eyed peas represented good luck, but apparently they're like coins or something. And I have no idea what cornbread is supposed to be for, or pork. But you're supposed to eat all of those things. And I never did that, because I don't like greens, guys. I'm so sorry. I know. My Negro card has been taken away from me long, long ago. So, like, I'm not trying to get it back or anything like that. I've never liked eating collard greens. They're always just like nasty to me. I don't like them. Sorry to all the greens lovers out there, but it's never been my vibe. So I never do it on New Year's Eve. Not even when I was a kid and had to be coaxed to eat them. I never would. I stood fast. So yeah, none of that's happening. I don't really like black-eyed peas either. Cornbread I'm partial to. It really depends on the kind. But yeah, I guess that's why I'm just broke and unlucky. I just never eat the collard greens and the black-eyed peas. If only I did that, I could have a little money in my bank account, but I don't. So I don't know. Listen, I never been a particularly superstitious person anyway, so like it didn't really matter. But that's also something that I just never partook in. Yeah. New Year's resolutions. I'm trying to remember because I did have one this year, which I'll get to in a little bit, but the year before I did actually have one and I think I like accomplished it, but I can't remember what it was. Um, yeah, I legit can't remember what it was. That was like my 2022 New Year's resolution, but I remember feeling very accomplished at the well, I guess it wasn't that freaking important if I can't remember it, but I also can't remember a lot of things that are probably important. So we're not going to use that as like a litmus test of what's important, whether or not I can remember it. But this year, 2023, I did have an actual New Year's resolution, something that I thought was actually like attainable. In fact, I think the one that I had for 22 was just to save money. I ended up saving money. So, because there was no like, I didn't say, save X amount of dollars. I just said, save money. And I did. And it allowed me to move out of my last apartment and into this one, which cost, not gonna lie, kind of a lot. So, for a number of reasons, it could have cost less, but I was very eager to move out of my last apartment. So, like, I wasn't trying to. Anyways, this year, however, all of that to say, this year, my New Year's resolution was to save money. This year, I actually had a goal, and that goal was to have $3,000 in my bank account. And let me tell you, I failed that one. I am nowhere near close to having 3 grand in my bank account. Like if I tried a little bit harder, could I have? Maybe. But I don't. So, in fact, for a few months there I wasn't putting anything in my savings account at all. Um, but I think I just kind of started up doing it again and now I'm not quite halfway there, almost halfway there, but not quite. So for that, I think that's pretty decent because I think at the beginning of this year, I was probably at maybe, what, $300-400. So to go from that to what I have now, I think is like pretty good. It wasn't my goal, but it was decent enough. And then I think I had kind of an unofficial New Year's resolution too, because like the thing about New Year's resolutions that I don't really like is like you set them but then you don't make them and then you're at the end of the year and you're like all sad, and so it's like I don't want to do that. So I chose something that I thought would actually be attainable, like something I've never saved $3,000 before, but I felt like I could do it, which is why I chose to make that mine, and I didn't put all that much emotional stock in it. So now that I am, at the end of the year and I haven't done it, it's kind of not that big of a deal, So I think that was pretty good for a New Year's resolution. But my sort of kind of unofficial one that I had for this year was to leave my last job and find a new one, which I did end up doing pretty quickly into the year. Actually, now that I think about it, that happened like a couple of weeks, not a couple of weeks, like a month into January, a month into January. I mean, yeah, like towards the end of January is when all of that happened. So, that was pretty decent. That I was able to do that, and now I'm at a place where I feel much more supported than before. And another thing that I should say, honestly, about all of that, because I have been thinking about all of that for a while. So in the time that I have been working where I work, I've had, new people come, you meet new people, you have new coworkers, but something that kind of shocked, well, not really shocked, it didn't shock me though. It did and it didn't at the same time. But essentially, when I left my last workplace, I was kind of under the impression that I would never see any of them again. But one of my coworkers actually left there as well, and now we work together again, which is honestly pretty dope, right? So that was kind of honestly, it made me feel a little sanctimonious. I'm not gonna lie. The toxic part came out. I felt a little good about it. Like, yeah, you guys ran your little nonprofit into the ground so much. You lost 2 people and now they're at the same place. And you can't have us back. So, I was feeling like a little like, yeah, about that. But I mean, was that actually the case? Who knows? I guess I'm about to find out soon because I wrote an article on Medium in this was March, because I've written a series of like, okay, that's my heat. I was so confused as to what that was. I don't even know if you guys can hear it, but anyways, my heat just kicked on and it scared me a little bit. I wrote like a personal essay on Medium in March about my experience working at my last job, sort of in conjunction with the video that I put on my channel. That was less so about the actual experience of me working there, and more so about, taking those experiences and putting them into lessons and potentially some advice for other young post film school students that might find themselves in the same place. So I think that video is pretty good. I liked it. I like that video. I think you should watch it. It's on my channel. It's called forgot what it's called. I think I was gonna say it's called Lessons for Film Students, but I know that's not what it's called. Let me scroll up. Lessons learned working my first media job plus lessons for film students. I think it's kind of cut off. I can't see it. So that is the video itself. It is 18 minutes long, if you're wondering. So if you want to pause this episode of the podcast and go watch that video, or if you want to read that essay that I had written, it's on my Medium, erinvictoria.medium.com. It's not really required reading. I don't know why I'm like plugging it like that, but anyways, I had written that essay back in March, and I honestly kind of forgot about it. Like, obviously I knew I had written it, but I sort of forgot what I had put in it. And I kind of went back because, I haven't written anything on Medium since then. So I kind of wanted to go back and, see like, okay, I've been working at my job. February 20th will be 1 year of me being where I am now, which is insane because it doesn't feel like a year. But February 20th, which honestly I might go into it a little bit more. I think it might be worth making a video about, considering where I work and what I do. I just think I'll make an interesting video topic. Who knows? You might see that in February. You might not. I'm busy these days. But I thought maybe I would revisit the whole, does this Gen Z or dream of labor topic that I've had on my Medium for, a little while now. And so I reread that article just to see like what were my thoughts. And I thought I had written it before I started my new job, but I had written it after I started. And so I thought, okay, maybe it would be worth it to write one like a year later after working this job. And so I was going through it and I was reading it and I was like, man, I had realized that I had never actually told my other coworker how just like actually bad working there was. Like, it was bad in that, I don't really know how to explain it. If you've seen the video, if you read the article, if you paused this episode and came back and did all of that and then came back now, then like what's in it. And it's not, I don't want to downplay my own experiences. That's another thing. I don't want to downplay my own experiences and say like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I wasn't being like exploited or anything at my job, but it was still bad enough to the fact that, number one, it was like, for a few months, it was the only thing I was talking about in therapy. And number two, like, just anytime I would think about my job or my future or anything like that, I would literally start crying. So I think it was that bad, actually. If it led to all of those, then yes, it was that bad. And so, reading through some things that I'd kind of forgotten about, especially if I go through and look at like some of my old journal entries from the beginning of this year, which this wasn't really a New Year's resolution or anything like that, but aside from like June and July of this month when I hadn't like journaled at all, I have been keeping a semi-consistent journal, which I think has been kind of a good thing. I did it pretty much all throughout college, and after I graduated, I kind of stopped, but I've been picking it up intermittently ever since then. But this year, I think I've been more consistent than I have been, in the time since I've been away from college. But, just going back and reading some of my thoughts and feelings about working where I worked and some of the things that I had gone through. Of course, the infamous Christmas harvest episode that kind of, was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. And I realized because, I was a full-time employee at my former workplace, and my coworker who I used to work with, who I work with now, my current former coworker, I'm just going to call him that, my current former coworker, that's so confusing, but whatever. they weren't really, because they were part-time, they weren't really around for a lot of the more, not great episodes um of the saga that was me working at my last job. And we would talk about kind of, just stuff that had happened since I had left. Since, let's see, I was there, I was let's see, between me leaving and them leaving, it was about 5 months. So some stuff had happened in between then. Nothing really super major. I mean, one thing that was kind of like, they got that was coming to them. There's one thing like that, which honestly not even particularly major, but we would talk about stuff that happened in the time since I've been gone. All that to say, I feel like I'm not making sense right now. And sometimes kind of joke about our former job. Like I remember one time, after we had done something, they had said to me, we sure weren't doing stuff like this at our last job, were we? And I just kind of laughed because we weren't. And so I kind of realized that, since they weren't really there for all of the garbage that I kind of went through, I was like, I think at some point I'm gonna have to tell them about all the stuff that happened. Now, is it necessarily like super necessary? Not really, for them to know all of that, but I don't know how to like explain this though without like telling a whole bunch of my personal business. But how can I explain this? So basically, in the nature of my job, okay, how can I explain this? I really want to give like a whole lot of stuff away about myself though, which is why I'm like struggling to explain this. But basically, my old employer, I am not, but they have, oh God. You know what? I'm just so bad at explaining things. Basically, there have been things that have been happening where, up until my current former coworker was coming to work where I work now, I was kind of in the process of like forgetting all of that had happened. Like I was trying to really divorce myself from it as much as I could because, I mean, thinking about it certainly wasn't making me happy. So there's kind of no point to doing it. In fact, I think. I think my therapist had told me one time, after I had told them that I was like still thinking about all that had happened at my last job, they were like, well, is thinking about it making you happy? And I said, well, no. And they were like, well, why are you doing it? And I'm like, you know what? You got me there. You got me there, therapist. You got me there. So I was trying to, kind of divorce myself from it. But then, we get like company-wide emails about like new hires and stuff like that as part of the company culture type of things. And I had seen the name of my former coworker in the new employee section. I was like, oh my goodness, this is kind of insane because they had actually worked in my field previously. But then, you get married, you have children, your life kind of slows down. They always told me that they would never go back to doing what it is that we did. Well, not really. It was not exactly what we did. It was kind of different. They would never go back to that because it was just too hectic of a life. And then they're back and it's like, okay, that's really interesting. Even though it's not really anywhere near what they were doing before. But, it's in the same field. And me being vague is really hamstringing me and trying to tell this story. But anyways, you know, basically I thought, in reading that Medium article that I had and in, there being certain events coming up at my workplace, I thought, okay, it's probably a time for me to like actually tell them all that went down at the place that we worked previously. And I sent them the article and I don't know why it feels like every time when the sun goes down, all of a sudden I start to like ruminate on things and just like start thinking a little bit too much. And I ended up sending them an email last night at like it was like almost 8 o'clock, a wacky hour, which, not superb. But to my surprise, they ended up reading it and responding to it. And, in the coming days or weeks or whenever we have time, hopefully I'll have some time to actually sit down and actually, commiserate with someone about just the actual garbage that I went through at my last job. Because another thing that I should probably bring up, because I feel like that's what's leading to all of those fireworks. People are probably already shooting off fireworks. By the way, it's 5:36, but the sun is down, so it's fireworks time, I guess. But anyways, um, something else that also kind of led me to doing this was, while I was going through all of this, still at my last job, the only person or people that I could really talk to about it were, my parents and my therapist, and also Joseph. But I mean, he's not really in the conversation anymore, so that kind of doesn't matter. And of course, my therapist was being supportive and offering solutions and trying to get me to, apply for other jobs. Because I mean, problem, job bad, solution, get new job. Boom. Problem solved. So, but my parents were kind of being really dismissive about the whole thing, especially when I would tell them, after I came home after the whole greens harvesting incident of Christmas 2022, they were just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if blase would be the right word to use, but they were kind of just in the mindset that I should just kind of get over it and, like, I don't know, just get over it and stop being upset about it. So there's really no one I felt like I could talk to about my old job and about the legitimate mental strife that I went through at my old job, aside from someone who also used to work there. And now I have that, and I'm hoping, as we go into the new year of the year of our Lord 2024, hopefully doing this will give me it's probably not going to give me any kind of closure, not the kind that I want, but it'll give me something so that I can just move on, because I feel like I've been carrying this for far too long. Like I said earlier, I've been at my new place of employment for almost a year now. It'll be a year in February, and I still care about this. I should not still care about this. So it's time for me to move on, and I'm hoping me commiserating with my current former coworker will alleviate that just a little bit. I hope. So they're very kind in their reply to me, even though I sent the email at just the wackiest of times. But yeah, I guess I have that to look forward to. But yeah, it's just definitely leaving that behind in 2023, I hope. And hopefully I'll be able to just move on, cuz me holding on to this and me carrying this is helping no one. Certainly not me. So I don't want to do it anymore. Anyways, enough of that. Enough of all of that. Let's talk about Christmas. I haven't talked about Christmas because the last episode was before Christmas, and this episode is after Christmas. So we're talking about Christmas. Like I said in the last episode, I didn't really ask for anything, so I didn't really know what I was going to get. My mom got me a Coach purse. Just pretty nice. It's a pretty nice purse. I love me a good crossbody. I think the one that she got me is like a touch too big. I don't have my purse out here. My like daily everyday bag is a North Face crossbody that I had seen. It's definitely less femme than the bags that I used to carry, because a little fun little tidbit about me is that I am a purse girly. I don't want to be a purse girly. However, just the amount of things that I carry around kind of requires for me to be a purse girly. I honestly hate carrying purses because it just feels like I can't like move around like I want to carrying a purse, even if it is like a crossbody. So I am a purse girly against my own will, I guess. But I've been carrying purses since I was like in the 6th grade. I've always had a purse on me. I was always carrying a bag around. In fact, I think I still have all of my purses. I mean, I don't have them here. They're like at my parents' house, but I still like have them. Because I remember the first purse that I like carried around was this white and kind of colorful Coach purse that was a crossbody. And then after that, I had 2 of the same I think they were Michael Kors like crossbodies. One was red and one was black. And then after that, I had a Dooney and Burke purse that I would carry, another crossbody. It was a bit smaller that I would carry around kind of intermittently. That was never like my daily purse. And then I had a larger, I can't even remember the brand of this one, but my brother got it for me for Christmas one year, and I never actually started carrying it around until my other purse like started breaking down. And then after that one, I had this North Face bag that I carry around currently that will hopefully last me a long time because it's black and it won't show dirt and schmutz very easily. And if it does, I could probably just put it in the washing machine and like wash it. But if you must know, the kind of purses that I typically like are ones that aren't, I do not like an arm purse. I don't like an arm purse and I don't like a shoulder purse because I don't want my limbs to be held hostage by a purse. My mom was always the kind of she was a big purse lady. She still is a big purse lady. She carries around a full-size Telfar tote. And if you know how big full-size Telfar totes, and it's completely full of a full-size Telfar, well actually hold up. No. The full-size Telfar totes are like legitimately tote bag sized. I think she carries around a medium. Hold up. I think she might carry around a medium. Hold on. Yeah, no, she carries around a medium Telfar bag, which is honestly still huge, right? It's not like teeny tiny small like their little clutches are, but she has like a medium Telfar bag that is full of stuff, and it's like, what is in there? What do you have? Why do you have so much? What's in there? Because like I remember we were out after Christmas, and I was like carrying her purse for some reason, and I was like, what? Why is this so heavy? But anyways, I'm sure fellow people with big purse moms can agree that there's just what's in there. What do you got in there? Is it secrets? You got your secrets in there? Your secrets in your purse? Because otherwise, why is it so heavy? But anyways, I don't like a shoulder bag. I don't like an arm bag, and I don't like a clutch, unless I'm at an event where like a clutch is recommended. Which I mean, I don't even own any clutch bag, so this has never come up, but like let's say let's pretend, because I mean it is almost award season and there is at least one awards ceremony that I will be going to this year that might necessitate a clutch. So like let's say if I was wearing like a nice gown that didn't have any pockets, then yeah, I would have a clutch. But I'm not a fan of them. Like do people really care? You know, I think people do because some people have those like clutch bags with the strap that goes around the wrist and they just carry that around. Or you're one of those maniacs, which I don't know if you're necessarily. Okay, I'm taking maniac back. You're not a maniac if you do this, but it is certainly a choice. But you'll have the phone case with like the strap on it, so your phone is like a crossbody, which is so funny to me. Cause like, I don't know, I just feel like your phone is super vulnerable. Like somebody could slash that thin little strap, or you can just like knock it into something. And I don't know, it's not the vibe for me. Um, but back to the purses that I actually like. I much prefer a crossbody, and I am a short person. I think I have kind of a shorter torso, and most crossbodies, like the bag portion itself, kind of lands at my thigh, and I don't like that. I like them to land more at my hip instead of like my thigh, because then it's just, it's just in the way when you're walking. It's just like swinging, and that's just not fun. Something kind of, let's see. I'm trying to see if I have anything that would be like the size of what I want. I have two books here. Hold on. I want something that's kind of this size, like two books. Actually, no, that's far too big. Hold on. Something that's kind of this size. If you could kind of visualize like 1 2/3 of a book, that kind of size is a pretty good size. Cause I can put my phone in there and my wallet in there, and my sunglasses, my whatever else it is that I carry. I mean, those are really my keys, obviously, and I have quite a few keychains, so my keys are kind of bulky. Um, so yeah, something kind of that size, and the size of the bag that I got for Christmas. I don't think. It definitely, I don't think it was the size, it's not the size of this pillow. This pillow is far too big. Never mind. It's kind of larger than that. I'll just say that it's larger. And I appreciated the gift because, I always appreciate a nice purse. Because I mean, for the most part, I carry the same purse around. And I know some people are like, change up their purses with their outfits, which, it's a vibe. It's just, I don't have enough purses to do that. And also, I feel like switching stuff back and forth between purses, you just heighten the chance of like losing something. And I don't want to do that. So I just keep everything in one purse and I carry the same purse everywhere with me when I go. And actually got that North Face bag. It wasn't on my birthday, but my mom bought it for me on my birthday. I was kind of looking at the yellow one, kind of like a mustardy yellow that they have. But then I realized, like, okay, if this is gonna be like my next daily purse, and I'm gonna carry it around everywhere every day, it's gonna get nasty real quick. So I got the black one. Um, and also, I should say that I like a purse with pockets. I love pockets inside of a purse. And I don't like the fold over. The fold over to me it doesn't seem very secure. Now, I've never been pickpocketed, but that's not to say that it would never happen. So I much prefer a purse that zips up instead of folds over and like has like one of those magnetic clasps. I never really like that. If you can do both, like if you can fold and zip, like my camera bag, it's down there. I'm not reaching to go get it, but my camera bag, it folds over. It has a buckle, but you can also zip it up. That's pretty nice. But if it just folds over and there's no zip, I don't really like that. My North Face bag does zip at the top, and the Coach bag that I got for Christmas also zips at the top, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, fun little fact about me. I guess I don't talk about my purse proclivities very much because again, I don't really like the fact that I have to carry a purse around with me very much because it just feels so bulky. Like especially if you have a lot of stuff, it's just not superb. You know, it's just I don't know. Not really a fan of purses. I mean, I do like the way that they look sometimes, but for me, for what I need, I don't know. But then, like, what's the solution? Wearing cargo pants everywhere? I'm not about to do that. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know. For men's pants, you can actually probably put your phone, your keys, and your wallet in there, and like have them in there. And like with my jeans that I wear, I can fit my phone in my back pocket, my wallet in my back pocket, and my keys in my front pocket, but I don't wear those jeans all the time. Sometimes I have other pants that don't have pockets at all, so it's like then what do you do? So I mean, this is like an age-old complaint that ladies' pants don't have pockets, but you do what you gotta do. I do like, however, the leggings that have a little side pocket because I actually have some like Old Navy leggings or leggings and biker shorts with a side pocket, and they're actually pretty decent. Like I can fit my phone and my wallet in like one pocket. In fact, I can fit like my entire telephoto lens, which I mean, the telephoto lens that I have, it's not like the big tan Canon ones. It's just like a cute petite little what is it, 55 to 180 that I have. And I mean, it's probably about the size of one of those teeny tiny little beverage cans. Like, actually, no, it's bigger than that. What am I talking about? Smaller than a normal beverage can, but bigger than like a mixer can, you know? I hope I'm making sense. But, anyways, I can fit that in my pocket, and that's pretty neat. Um, how did I get? Oh, because of what I got for Christmas. Right. So I got that from my mom. I got a gift card from my dad. Now, one thing I did not know that I found out the hard way is that, usually when I would get gift cards, which wouldn't be very often, so I maybe done this like twice now that I've had to do this, but usually I don't want just like a gift card. I would much rather have just the money in my bank account. I was actually joking with one of my other coworkers about this because they're talking about how I think it was they didn't like getting gifts or they didn't like giving gifts or something like that. I think it said they didn't like giving gifts. And I was like, me, I'm easy to shop for. All you gotta do is give me cash, or like don't even give me cash. Just give me the direct deposit receipt and I will be so happy. And honestly, yeah, give me the direct deposit receipt and I will be really happy instead of a gift card. Especially a gift card to like a specific place, or a specific place that I don't even really go. Which this brings me back. Oh man, this brings me back to my old job again, which I literally just said I was like working to divorce myself from all of that, but I want to talk about it because I think it's not funny, like haha, but funny just like, not even funny. It's not funny at all. It's something that I thought about when I'm talking about gift cards, but it wasn't last year, it was the year before last. I believe it was my first year working there. So 2021. And by that December, I'd only been there, see, August, September, October, November, December, about 5 months. And so for Christmas, our gracious leader decided to give us all $100 gift cards to some seafood restaurant. I forgot which one it was, but I think it was a more upscale seafood restaurant that I had never been to before. And I was like, oh man, here I am with like $100 on a gift card that I will never use, and ended up giving it to someone else. And yeah, that was interesting. Anyways, my dad got me a gift card, which I'm pretty sure I saw him purchase this gift card because my dad is just not great at giving gifts. He will just get whatever and give that to you, because last year, oh my goodness, how could I forget about this? Last year, my dad got me my dad got me an iTunes my dad got me a $150 iTunes gift card. Now, watcher, listener, I need to tell you something. I haven't had an iPhone since 2017. Since 2016. I haven't had an iPhone since 2016. That sounded like a firearm. That wasn't fireworks. Anyways, that probably didn't catch up on the camera because I barely heard it, but anyways, man, if people love doing one thing, it's blasting off guns into the air thinking the bullets won't come back down. Anyways, my dad last year got me a $150 iTunes gift card, despite the fact that I owned 0 Apple products and hadn't for quite some time. And yeah, my dad, not super great at giving gifts. It's one thing to be like a gift card person. Like if I were to get, let's say, a DoorDash gift card, that might actually be pretty dope because DoorDash is something that I use pretty often. Or I don't know, what's something, let's see. I don't know, what's something that honestly, really, it's just DoorDash that I actually use pretty often. Like if I gotten a DoorDash gift card, or I don't know, even like a Starbucks gift card. I don't even go to Starbucks that often because it's kind of far, but something like that even, I would be like, okay, yeah, sure. I would accept that. But iTunes, it definitely made me feel a type of way about it last year because I couldn't even use it. Because, once you have a gift card, you can't exactly exchange that for money. Now, I will say one thing. There's definitely a way to do it. I don't think the way to do it is super legal. Because, obviously, the tech support scammers, they get you to go to the Walgreens and buy a gift card and give it to them. And they're not playing Candy Crush with these gift cards. They're obviously exchanging them for money. So there's, a way to do it. I just don't know what the way is. Or even if that way is legal. Now, back to what I was saying. I got a gift card this year, another $150 gift card. Thankfully, it was just a Visa prepaid gift card, not for something I cannot even use. But usually what I would do with these gift cards is that I have 2 different PayPal accounts that I set up for various reasons some time ago. And usually I would just go to on my main PayPal account, I would go to the little personalized link you have to send money to another account. I would use my other account, use the prepaid gift card, transfer the amount to my PayPal account and transfer that amount to my bank account. And like, yeah, some money would get lost along the way because of like transfer fees and all of that, but I didn't really care. Um, and that worked out pretty well. Now, when was this? Was this yesterday? I believe this was yesterday. I was on the Doc Martens website because I wanted to obtain a pair of Doc Martens. And I was looking, and the shoes are actually, I don't even know if they're really considered expensive. They're considered expensive for me because I am not the kind of person who would normally drop, close to $200 on a single item because it just makes me nervous. But in this instance, I'm like, okay, I've always wanted a pair of Doc Martens. I wanted a pair of Doc Martens since I was like in high school, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm so grown. I can buy myself a pair of Doc Martens, and I have this $150 gift card that would cover like most of the amount of this pair of boots that I want so desperately and have wanted for so long. So I thought what I was going to do, I wasn't going to go through the whole, convoluted two accounts transferring money system. There is a way. If you check out on a website with PayPal, there is a way to split it between two cards. So what I was going to do is I was just going to add this Visa gift card to my PayPal account as a debit card, and then I would split the amount between the gift card and my debit card, and it would be like normal and easy. But alas, I think somewhere along the way, I haven't gotten a clear answer as to whose fault this is. Whether or not actually, no, I haven't gotten a clear answer as to whose fault this is, whether or not it's PayPal or if it's Vanilla, specifically the company that I have the gift card through. But you can't do that anymore. You can't even link. You can't do the, convoluted back and forth transfer method. And you can't even link it to your account. So it's like, okay, well, now I just got a gift card just sitting here. I'm looking over there because it's literally sitting on my desk from where I tried to, look up all these solutions to try to use it yesterday, and I was unsuccessful. So I'm hoping, like, the card is already activated and everything like that, but I couldn't use it to buy the shoes, so I ended up having to use my own money, which is like whatever. But I guess when I make my grocery run, I will use the gift card. And honestly, you know what? I've wanted a new vacuum for a while now. I was kind of hoping my Secret Santa at work would get me the vacuum. They didn't. They got me this book, which I've read a little bit of over the Christmas break. So, maybe it's time for me to buy a new vacuum, and I think I might do that tomorrow. And I'll use my gift card, and technically I won't have to pay for it because it's not my money, it's my dad's money. So yeah, gift card chronicles. Honestly, so lame. Oh, how could I forget the best gift that I got on Christmas was a brand new single from Vildhjarta. I said it so many times on this here podcast that I was frothing at the mouth, chomping at the bit, itching and scratching, fiending, jonesing for new Vildhjarta music. And I got it on Christmas Day. I was so happy. Not only that, but the song slaps. I'm going to tell you what the song is in a minute. I could, but I don't speak Swedish. So we're going to rely on Miss Google Translate to tell you all what the song is. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's see. We're going to just this is the name of the new Vildhjarta song. Hold on. Hold up.
Kristallfågel.
Yeah. We're going to do it one more time.
Kristallfågel.
I hope that came through. It did last time when I did this, so that's a new Vildhjarta song. Stream it, go listen to it. If you don't know how to spell that, just look up Vildhjarta, Vild. Oh God, I don't even know how to. Hold on. I do know how to spell it. I just need to look to make sure. Okay, hold on. Vildhjarta, and it's probably one of my favorite of the singles that they've put out. If I had to rank them, I would put that one. Oh, and also the translated name of it. is Crystal Bird. That's what I think. I feel like the last time I looked it up, it was Crystal Wings, not Crystal Bird. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's anyways. I would put this new single that they put out, and then the previous single that they put out, Ilva, and probably the first single that they put out. So basically, the singles that they've been putting out have just been getting progressively better. And I don't know if they're going to put out any more singles. I don't know how long this next album is going to be. Again, I have no information about this next album. There's nothing. I am still chomping at the bit, frothing at the mouth, itching and scratching, fiending for any information about this next album because I have none. Or even if there is going to be another album, maybe they're just putting out a collection of singles for fun. I don't know. It wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility. Would it break my heart? Yes. But they could be doing that. I don't know. I can't access the Swedish portion of the internet because I don't speak the language. And even if I could, I don't even know if I'd be able to find anything. So, are we going to be getting new Vildhjarta in 2024? I hope so. I really hope so. You know what? You know something else, though? This was totally unsubstantiated, so, I mean, I don't even know if this is ever going to happen to begin with, but I heard the streets was saying that there was going to be a new release from Idola, be that a single or something else, in 2023, and wouldn't you know it, we're in the final hours of the year of our Lord 2023, and we have gotten nothing new. The Architect came out in 2021. That's crazy because, oh man, I remember I was listening to that album so much on the way to like work in 2021 after I like just gotten that job. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that was a little bit ago. Well, I mean, not really, almost 3 years ago. It came out in September 2021, so, I mean, yeah. But, it's been a little bit, Idola. I don't know who spread that rumor. Whoever spread that rumor, no prosperity next year. None. Or I guess technically this year. No prosperity in 2024. How could you get my hopes up for something and then I have nothing? Because I don't even think it came from an official source. So, perhaps I was lied to. Perhaps I was fibbed to. Perhaps I believed all of the evil words that were being said about new Idola music in 2023. Because there has been none. So hopefully next year, we get new Idola music. Oh man, this is a perfect time to talk about the music I'm looking forward to. So, did I finish talking about? Well, I mean, there's really nothing else to say about the new Vildhjarta track other than I've been listening to it an obscene amount, like so much. I've been listening to it a whole lot, just completely on repeat, on the way to work, at work, coming back from work, here, like, I've just been listening to the track a lot. It's a good track, and it's only 4 minutes long. It's like 4 minutes and 4 seconds long, which, you know, could sound like a lot, but to me, it's nothing. It could be 17 minutes. It could be 17 minutes long, and it probably still wouldn't be long enough for me. So, I don't know. I'm just hoping it's not a situation like the most recent Animals as Leaders album, Parisia. Because let me tell you something about that. I don't know if I ever really talked about it, but I think other people also think about this because when I was at the Animals as Leaders show in Juneteenth this year, I was asking people, you know, how they thought about the new album. They were like, you know, I think that was a vehicle. I think it's fine. What I don't think is fine is the fact that they released 4 singles for a 9-track album. That's basically almost half the album released as singles. There's like no anticipation for like what the rest of this album can hold. And now I will say that might be a label thing. It's possible that could be down to the label being like, oh, you need to release this many singles to drum up this much hype for the album so that will pay you or whatever like that. It very well could be a label thing, which is still lame, but it's not their fault, if that makes sense. I didn't like that they did that. I hope, you know, Vildhjarta isn't going to release like 3 singles or I don't know, 4 singles on a 9-track album or anything like that. And again, Like with Parisia, usually Animals as Leaders being a more like progressive metal-y band, their songs are usually longer, but the songs on Parisia aren't very long, Because I feel like with their previous albums, they had like 5, 6, and 7 minute songs. But this one, I feel like they top out at maybe there's one track that's like 5 minutes out of the 9 that's on this album. And one of those tracks is like a minute and a half interlude. So it's like, okay, not a lot to be discovered on the album, I still think it was a fine album. I still go back to it sometimes, not super often, but sometimes. But I hope it's not one of those situations. I don't think it will. I have nothing to support that I don't think it will. I just kind of hope it won't be. That's kind of it. But yeah, anyways, music that I'm looking forward to this year. I actually don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but I do know that there's new era music coming. I've liked what they've put out after self-titled, so like their deluxe edition tracks. I was gonna say I love a track and then the freaking name of it escaped my mind. Why can't I remember things? See, this is why you shouldn't judge whether or not something is important by whether or not I remember it, because this is allegedly one of my favorite tracks, and I cannot remember it. Nice to Silence. I love that song. That's off the deluxe edition. I really love Pull from the Ghost. I listened to Pale Iris like 2 times and then never again. I don't know why I do that. That doesn't mean it's bad, by the way, or that I didn't like it. I just haven't listened to it for one reason or another. Like, it took me a while to listen to P5, or Periphery's 5th album, but that is probably my album of the year, so it's not really a indication of whether or not I like it or if it's good or bad. It just means I haven't listened to it a whole lot. I probably should. It's probably a fine track. I just haven't listened to it. But I do know that there is some new music on the horizon from Era. That's fun. There have been no rumblings about this. There have been no rumors. There have been nothing but my hopes and my aspirations and my dreams for this happening. But I'm not going to stop saying it until 2024 is over. So I got 12 months to say this. But I'm hoping in my heart of hearts, in my soul, in my spirit, with all of my being, I want an Everchanger 10-year anniversary tour. Like, that's it. Like, I will be there. I don't know if I'll buy the plane ticket, but I might drive the distance. I can't even say I'll do that. I'm so sorry, but I would really like to be there, Would I take off work for it? Yes, honestly, what am I talking about? It's Everchanger. Of course I would take off work. What? I just don't know if I would buy the plane ticket. Because I'm already, like, promising to buy the plane ticket for whatever is Periphery's tour next year that I sort of kind of know is going to happen. So I can't say with certainty whether or not I'm going to buy a plane ticket for a tour that I don't even know is going to happen. But yes, I will take off work, because duh, it's Everchanger. I will buy the VIP, because I want this freaking vinyl signed, okay? I can't remember if there's like a slip case on the inside or anything like that, but if I were ever to get one of these vinyls up here on this wall signed, I probably would get whatever's on the inside of them. So not the vinyl itself, but I kind of don't want, like, the front to be, I don't want to say ruined, because it's not going to be ruined, but, I don't know. I just want it to, well, at the same time, I don't take these down and, like, look at them. So never mind. I do want it on the front. I'm gonna take little Miss Thing up here off my wall. I will take it with me on the plane. I will put it in my, well, okay, again, don't know if there's going to be any plane tickets involved, but I will strap it to my chest like precious cargo, and I will get the VIP, and I will get that vinyl sign, and I will have the time of my life, okay? Actually, you know what? Realistically, if they were ever to do that tour, they probably would start off in Texas. So I would fly to Texas, because, from Jackson to, like, Texas, it's not that long of a flight. You're up and then you're down. It's not even that long at all. Probably not even an hour. In fact, you know what? Let me look it up. I believe they're based in Austin. So if I had to take a flight, let's see. Hold up. Let me bring up oh wait, I think I deleted it. Never mind. I had the Southwest app. I don't anymore. Let me go. I'm a see. We're about to see how much it's gonna cost. Now I don't know if there's gonna be any flights available because let's see, Jackson to Austin. Let's pretend that this fantasy tour that I'm talking about. Let's say it's happening in March. It's probably not. Actually, when did Everchanger come out? I don't know. I don't think that's relevant, but whatever. Let's say it's like a Thursday in March. Let's say it's the 4th. Nope, not the 15th. God dang it. Let's say it's the 14th to like, I don't know. I'll come back that next day. Nope. I picked the wrong one. Hold up. There we go. 1-day flight. Let's see, what is this? Okay, we have round trip. Do 1 passenger. Okay, search. What do we have? How much is it gonna cost for me to fly to? Not even $200. Let's see. If I want an early morning flight so that I can like number one be there in time and like do things. Let's say we leave at 6, arrive at 9, $162. That's not terrible. On the way back, let's see. Take off at 5 a.m., which is, oh Lord. Change planes in Atlanta. Hold the phone. Why would I do that? That's kind of insane. Changing planes in it. Anyways, what's that first one? You change planes in Houston. I think, is that the... Okay, this one I'm looking at is the fastest. 162. 1 plane change, 3 hours total. This next one, they don't even have... Okay, this one's the fastest. Still 1 stop. Again, 162. We're going to do some mathematics. It's 162 times 2. Where is the calculator? 162 times 2. That's like 324 plus fees. That might be, I don't know, we'll round it up to 350 if we want to include fees. I'm not logged in, but I know I have points because I did some flying for Thanksgiving. So that'll probably take the cost down a little bit. And then, of course, like 1 night at a hotel, that's probably going to be, I don't know, $200 tops. So, 300 plus 200, it's about 5. Oh God, 500. Oh, that's kind of a lot. I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty penny right there. I don't know. I am so sorry, Invent. I don't know if I'm getting the plane ticket. I'll do it for free. But I don't know though. It's I might just have to. Ooh, driving in Texas though, that sounds like the worst time ever. I don't think I could ever drive in Texas. I think I'm gonna have to get the plane ticket. Listen, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. That's it. I'm just gonna have to deal with the price. We'll worry about that later. I got a credit card. I can get some cash back. I can get some cash back on a plane ticket. Yep. Ooh, yep. Even though the thought of purchasing something like that on a credit card and having to pay it off over the next who knows how long, it fills me with dread, but if I gotta do it for Everchanger, I'll do it. This year is not gonna be the year of regrets. I'm just gonna have to do it, and I will only do it for Everchanger, 10th anniversary, or Periphery. That's it. That is it. Everyone else, you gotta come to Memphis, Birmingham, or New Orleans. Otherwise, I am so sorry. I'll see you the next one. But yeah. So I'm just hoping that there is an Everchanger, and I'm hoping that if there is an Everchanger 10th anniversary tour, that they do come to either Memphis or Birmingham or New Orleans, because I have seen them in Memphis, and I have seen them in New Orleans, and I have seen them... Wait, hold on. No, I didn't see them in New Orleans. I've seen them in Birmingham. I saw them in Birmingham for the first time, and then Memphis for the second time. So it's entirely possible that they could come to either one of those 2 cities, and I wouldn't even have to worry about buying a plane ticket. But Invent Animate, if you are watching this, John Invent Animate, the person, if you are watching this, either one of those 3 cities, I will take off work, because I know I have the time off, but I just don't know if I can buy the plane ticket, I don't know. I don't even want to lie and say like, yeah, I'll definitely do it for Periphery. Who knows where I'm gonna be financially the time that they tour again? But I'm not, you know what? No, I definitely will do it with Periphery because I'm not missing them for a second time. I missed them once. I am not missing them again. So I have my resolve in that. I will. How have I been talking for an hour? Good lord. Okay. Well. um. Yeah. Did I say what my New Year's resolution for this year was? Actually, I don't think I have one. I do want to save more money. I want to see more live music, which thankfully, now that I know that there is a pretty nice metal, hardcore, and punk scene here in Jackson that won't involve me driving long distances and getting hotels and getting plane tickets and all that. In fact, there are 3 shows that I'm looking forward to. Just I guess technically when you're watching this, it'll be this month. But yeah, I think I might have a favorite local band, you guys. I think I talked about seeing Measureless Aeons the first time that I had seen them at that same show where I maybe not encountered a Proud Boy. That was my first time seeing them. But I've seen them at least one other time. Was it just the one? I believe so. Yeah, it was just one other time. But they're going to be performing 2 times this month. I guess technically it's this month. It will be later on this month, but I will be seated. I will be seated. They haven't put out any music yet. So if you want to hear what they sound like, you just got to show up to the show cuz there's no other way to do so. Oh, well, I guess they have an Instagram if you want to look them up. They're called Measureless Aeons. And they have some performances and stuff. I do think they are still just a teeny weeny bit rough, but I can respect it. I don't know, something about the vibe that I really like, and anytime they perform, I will be there. If it's in Jackson, I don't know if I want to like drive to friggin' Hattiesburg, or really it's just Jackson and Hattiesburg or Vicksburg that these bands perform at, because first of all, I've never been to either of these 2 places, so like no thank you. But I know Hattiesburg is like a college town, so it'd be probably very inaccurate for me to say, but I don't know if some of these places are super great for me to be after the sun goes down. So, not trying my luck there. They're probably just fine. They're probably fine. I mean, Hattiesburg again's college town, and Vicksburg, I don't think it's a college town, but I mean, it's probably fine. I've never been there, so I can't really say. But anyway, we're gonna move on. And of course, my uncles in Crypt Eater, I will of course be seated at the next show that they have. So that'll be fun. There's quite a few gigs coming up that I am looking forward to here in Jackson. I love that I have found, a little community here of punks and metalheads, and I've started seeing, some of the same people around, and we say hello to each other, and it's really nice actually. And I think I am going to flourish this next year. I thought maybe 2023 was going to be my year. 2023 has proven to not be my year. I think in the final hours of the final day, I can confidently say that 2023 was not my year like I thought it was going to be. But I'm hoping that 2024 will be. And honestly, I have good feelings going into this next year. So I'm hoping that there is nothing that will destroy my spirit further than it has been destroyed this year. So, I think 2024 is going to be great. And I need to start planning for my birthday, which is going to be in 9 months. So I have lots of time. But yeah, that'll be it for this episode of the Runnin My Mouth podcast. I have been Erin. Thank you for allowing me to run my mouth. Follow me on Twitter. Because if you ain't following me on Twitter, you're only getting half the story. Also, dang it, this is the second time that I forgot to talk about Drag Race. Well, I mean, it's the end of the episode anyways. But by the time I record the next episode, the first episode of Drag Race will have come out. Actually, no, the first and second episode, if I do this like on the weekend, like I usually do. So there'll be 2 episodes of Drag Race I'm going to talk about. Am I looking forward to the season? I don't know. You'll have to find out. I mean, you won't find out if I'm looking forward to it, will you? Because then it will already have happened. I guess I'm not really... Well, okay. I'm not going to say I'm not looking forward to it. I'm waiting and seeing. I'm managing my expectations. That's what I'm doing. That's what I am doing for this next season of Drag Race. Anyways, again, follow me on Twitter, because if you aren't, you're only getting half the story. You gotta get the full story. And, happy 2024. 2023. It's been real, but you gotta go. You have to leave. Like, the party's over, you gotta go. Like, we're done. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Or you will hear me. Sometimes I forget people listen to the audio-only version of this, because people do listen to the audio-only version of this. So to those people, you will only hear me. You will not see me. So yeah, bye.